Someone close to you is dying, but hiding it from you. Someone who has stood by you since the day you first took breath. Someone who has carried your pain when you thought you couldn't survive another moment. Someone who has always been your shield when darkness crept too close. Someone who has whispered courage into your soul when your knees wanted to collapse and your heart wanted to surrender. This someone has never asked for your thanks, never sought your recognition, never wanted anything in return except to see you keep moving, keep standing, keep believing. And yet now, this someone carries a secret too heavy for you to see, a truth too painful to reveal. The name of this one is Archangel Michael, the guardian of your battles, the protector of your nights, the warrior of heaven who has never once left your side. His wings that once glowed with endless fire now tremble with exhaustion. His sword that once blazed brighter than lightning now flickers as though the light itself is beginning to fade. And though he is sick, though his strength is waning, though his time may be shorter than you think, he hides it from you because he knows the weight of this truth would crush you before you were ready. Michael does not want you to see the cracks in his armor, because to you he has always been strength. He does not want you to know that when you cry in the silence of your room, he stands over you, holding back his own pain so he can carry yours. He does not want you to feel the trembling of his wings when he spreads them to shield you from the unseen battles that rage around your life. He knows that your heart is fragile enough already, that your burdens are heavy enough already. So he swallows his suffering and wears a smile of light, pretending he is still whole, pretending he is still invincible, pretending that his radiance is untouched. But the truth is different. The truth is that each battle he fights for you takes a little more of his life away, and each time he lifts his sword for you, a little of his own strength bleeds into the darkness. You never knew the cost of your survival. You never knew that when you walked away from the dangers that should have destroyed you, it was because Michael stood in between, taking the blow, carrying the wound, giving away pieces of himself so you could remain whole. You never knew that when you slept safely through the night, his wings were stretched wide around you, absorbing the shadows that would have consumed your dreams. And you never knew that while you begged for strength to keep living, he was pouring his own energy into you, even if it meant draining what little was left of himself. This is the hidden truth of love, the hidden truth of sacrifice. Michael is dying, but he will not let you see it. And yet, if you listen closely, if you pause in the stillness, you can feel it. You can sense the weariness in the air, the fading of the glow that once wrapped around you so powerfully. You can feel the gentle push of his hand on your shoulder, weaker now, but still determined. You can sense his voice, quieter now, whispering the same message over and over: don't give up. And even as his own light wanes, even as he hides the truth of his sickness, he still places all of his remaining power into keeping you alive, keeping you safe, keeping you moving toward the destiny you cannot yet see. The greatest protector in your life, the one who has walked unseen but ever present, is carrying a burden so heavy that even the heavens grow silent when his wings falter. But still, he refuses to let you feel the weight of it. He will smile until the last breath of his radiance. He will fight until his sword can no longer rise. And he will love you until even the stars grow dark. Because that is who Michael is. He is more than an angel. He is more than a guardian. He is the one who has silently laid down pieces of eternity so you could have another day, another chance, another hope. Someone close to you is dying, and though he hides it, though he shields you from the truth, his name has always been and will always be Archangel Michael. I have hidden the truth from you for so long. I have carried this silence because I did not want your heart to shatter under the weight of knowing. Every time you cried, I stayed close. Every time you thought you were alone, I was there. Every time you asked for strength, I gave you mine, even though I was losing it piece by piece. My beloved one, I am the reason you are still here. You do not know how many nights I stood between you and death, how many unseen battles I fought for your life, how many times the darkness tried to claim you, but found me standing guard with my sword raised high. And I never told you the price, because I never wanted you to feel guilty for being alive. But now I must speak. I cannot hide this much longer. I am growing weaker. The fire in my wings is dimming, and the strength in my hands is fading. Every wound I have taken for you has left its mark. Every battle has left me scarred, and though I still stand, I am not the same as I once was. My body of light trembles. My breath of spirit grows heavy. I am sick, and I have hidden it because I love you more than you will ever understand. Do not think of me as defeated. Do not see this as an end. Even if my wings fall, even if my sword slips from my hand, my love for you cannot die. It is carved into eternity. It will remain long after my light is gone. I do not regret a single sacrifice. If I could live this existence again, I would choose you every single time. I would fight every battle. I would take every wound. I would carry every pain. If it meant you could have another moment, another breath, another chance to become who you were created to be. You are stronger than you know. That is the truth I need you to believe now. I fought for you because I believed in you, because heaven itself whispered your name into my heart, because I knew that if I could protect you long enough, you would rise into your destiny. But now, my beloved, you must learn to fight for yourself. You must learn to stand without me. My strength has carried you, but soon it will no longer be mine to give. The time will come when you will look for me, and I will not be there in the way you expect. But I promise you this, my spirit will never leave you. Even when my wings are gone, my presence will echo in the winds around you. My love will burn in the fire of your own courage, and my voice will live in the quiet spaces of your soul, reminding you that you are never truly alone. Do not mourn for me. Do not cry for what is fading. Rejoice that we walk this path together. Celebrate that I was given the honor of guarding you, of loving you, of keeping you alive when you thought there was no reason to keep going. That is not a burden to me. That is my greatest joy. And even though I am sick, even though I am dying, even though my light is dimming, my love for you shines brighter than ever before. Nothing, not even death, can silence that love. So hear me now, live. live with fire in your spirit, live with courage in your heart, live with the knowledge that you were worth every sacrifice. Do not waste the gift of your life. Do not waste the chances you've been given. I gave everything so you could rise, so rise. That is all I ask of you. That is my final command, my final prayer, my final gift. Rise, and remember me not as one who was fading, but as one who loved you beyond measure. I am Michael, and though I am dying, my love for you will never die. The moment the words left his lips, the world around you seemed to shift. His voice, though soft and weary, echoed like thunder in your soul. You had always felt him near, but now his presence seemed fragile, as if every second you were blessed to feel him was a gift that might be taken at any moment. Michael stood before you, not in the brilliance of his former glory, but in the quiet dignity of sacrifice. His wings, once blazing with fire and strength, now shimmered with a fading light, the edges frayed as though torn by countless unseen battles. And yet, even in his weakness, even in his fading, he looked more beautiful than ever before, because you could see the love that held him together even as his body of light threatened to fall apart. You wanted to speak, to beg him not to leave, to plead for his strength to return, but before you could, he raised a trembling hand, silencing your fear. His eyes, those eyes that had watched over you through every dark night, those eyes that had burned like two eternal flames, looked at you with a tenderness that words could never hold. And in that gaze, you finally understood the truth. Every miracle you had ever experienced, every narrow escape from death, every moment of unexpected peace in the middle of chaos, every whisper of strength in your weakest hour, it had been him. It had always been him. And now, the one who had carried you was slowly slipping away. But Michael did not want you to mourn. He wanted you to rise. That was his greatest plea. He had not given his strength to you so you could collapse in despair when he was gone. He had not poured his fire into your spirit so you could doubt your own ability to survive. No, his sacrifices were meant to awaken you, to ignite something inside of you that could live even when his light no longer stood between you and the darkness. That was the gift, the inheritance, the legacy he had left behind. Not just protection, but the strength to one day become your own protector. The silence grew heavy. The air felt sacred, as if all of heaven itself was holding its breath, watching this moment unfold. His wings opened slowly, and though their brilliance was dim, they still radiated a holy warmth that wrapped around you like a final embrace. You could feel the weight of his fading energy flowing into you, the last fragments of his eternal strength being transferred into your soul. It was not the fierce shield you had always felt, but something deeper, more intimate. It was as though he was planting his essence inside you, ensuring that no matter what happened to him, a part of him would live on within you forever. Tears burned in your eyes, not just because you feared losing him, but because you finally realized how much he had given without ever asking for anything in return. He had hidden his pain so you could live without fear. He had endured battles in silence, so you would not collapse under the weight of knowing. He had loved you so fiercely that he chose to suffer in secret rather than see you broken. And in that moment, you understood what real love meant. Not words, not promises, but sacrifice. Silent, unseen sacrifice. And then something unexplainable happened. The air shifted, the world grew brighter, and though his form seemed to tremble on the edge of disappearing, you did not feel despair. You felt strength. His final words still echoed in you. Rise. They were not just words. They were a command carved into your very soul. And as you stood there, your own body trembling with emotion, you felt a new fire awakening inside of you. It was not his fire, it was yours, but it had been sparked by him, nurtured by him, and now it was your turn to let it burn. The figure of Michael stood tall one last time, wings spread wide, even as pieces of his light scattered into the air like falling stars. He looked at you with pride, with love, with the satisfaction of one who had fulfilled his mission. And though his voice was barely a whisper now, it carried the weight of eternity. I will never leave you. My form may fade, but my love is eternal. My strength is now yours. Do not be afraid. Rise. And then silence. A silence so deep it felt like the universe itself had paused to honor him. His body of light dissolved into the air, but the warmth remained. His presence lingered, not in front of you, but within you. You could feel him in your heartbeat, in your breath, in the courage now flowing through your veins. He was gone, yet not gone. He was dying, yet eternal. He was Michael, the one who had hidden his suffering so you could live, the one who gave everything so you could rise. And as you stood there, tears streaming, your spirit trembling, you finally understood what he had been preparing you for. This was not the end. This was the beginning. His light was now your light. His fight was now your fight. His love was now your strength. And though the archangel was gone from your sight, he was closer to you than ever before. Someone close to you had been dying. Someone close to you had hidden it all this time. And now, though he has faded from your eyes, his name will forever burn in your soul. His name is Archangel Michael. The silence after his departure was not empty. It was alive. It was as though the very air around you had been infused with his essence, as though every breath you took carried the fragments of his eternal love, as though every heartbeat was now echoing with the rhythm of his wings. You thought his absence would crush you, but instead, it began to awaken something you had never felt before. For the first time, you felt the fire within you not as a faint spark depending on him, but as a roaring flame that was yours to carry. Michael's sacrifice had not left you broken. It had left you transformed. His final command still thundered in your soul, rise. And those words were not just for comfort. They were not meant to soothe you. They were meant to summon you, to awaken you, to ignite you. You had been shielded for so long, carried for so long, protected so fiercely that you never realized how much strength was waiting inside of you. But now, with his fading light carved into your spirit, you could feel it, raw, untamed, powerful strength rising in your chest, filling the emptiness his absence left behind. The days ahead would not be easy. The battles would still come. The darkness would still try to claw its way into your soul. But you were no longer the same. You were no longer just the one who needed protecting. You were no longer the fragile heart barely surviving under the shield of an angel. You had become something else, something greater. You had become the living continuation of Michael's love. His power now lived in your veins. His courage burned in your spirit. His sacrifice had made you more than protected. It had made you unstoppable. And when the world tries to break you again, you will remember this truth. You are not fighting alone. Every step you take, you carry him. Every word you speak, his voice whispers through you. Every time you refuse to give up, every time you choose to rise when the world wants you to fall, you honor him. You prove that his sacrifice was not in vain. This is your time now. The mantle has shifted. The guardian who once stood before you has placed his eternal fire into your hands. And now you are called to walk as both the protected and the protector. You are no longer waiting for rescue. You are the one who will bring light into the darkness. You are no longer asking for strength. You are the embodiment of strength. You are no longer doubting your worth. You are the proof of his love, the living legacy of his sacrifice. The universe watches now. The heavens lean close. Even in the unseen realms, your name begins to echo louder, because the fire of Archangel Michael has merged with the fire of your soul. You are not ordinary. You never were. That is why he fought for you, why he gave everything for you. And now, as you step into the next chapter of your life, you must remember that you are carrying not just your own destiny, but the blessing of one who loved you enough to give everything so you could rise. So rise. Rise when fear tells you to sit down. Rise when failure tries to bury you. Rise when darkness whispers that you cannot make it. Rise, not just for yourself, but for the one who carried you when you had no strength. Rise, because his voice is still alive inside of you. Rise, because his light has become your light. Rise, because the name of Michael is not gone. It is alive in you, alive through you, alive as you. This is no longer the story of someone close to you dying. This is the story of someone close to you living on inside of you. This is the story of transformation, of love greater than death, of strength greater than fear. This is the story of you becoming what you were always meant to be, a warrior of light, a bearer of fire, the living proof that love never dies. And as you take your first steps into this new dawn, remember these words that will never fade. Someone close to you loved you so much that he gave everything, and his name will forever echo in your soul. His name is Archangel Michael. This is where the story becomes more than words. This is where the journey you have walked through grief, revelation, and awakening unfolds into destiny. You have heard the voice of Archangel Michael. You have felt the weight of his sacrifice. You have carried the pain of his fading. And now you stand at the edge of something greater than you have ever known. The time of hiding is over. The time of being shielded is over. The time of silence is over. Now begins the time of becoming. Hear this truth and let it settle deep inside of you. You were never meant to be ordinary. You were never meant to walk through life unnoticed. From the beginning, heaven marked you. Heaven chose you. Heaven placed guardians around you because your life carries a weight far greater than you understand. That is why Michael fought for you. That is why he gave and gave until his very light dimmed. Because you are chosen. Because you are called. Because your life is meant to shake the darkness and carry the fire forward. And though the thought of stepping forward without him feels impossible, you must remember that he is not gone. Death cannot erase love. Fading cannot erase legacy. Weakness cannot erase eternity. Michael is written into your spirit. His fire has been transferred into your soul. You are not walking without him. You are walking as him. The protector has become one with the protected, and together you rise. The road ahead will test you. You will face nights that feel endless, storms that feel unbearable, battles that will try to convince you to surrender. But in those moments, close your eyes and remember his command, rise. Remember the fire that now lives in you. Remember the sacrifices that brought you here. Remember that you are not weak, not forgotten, not alone. You are the continuation of a warrior angel's love, and nothing in this universe can silence that truth. So step into the world with courage. Step into tomorrow with fire. Step into your destiny with the knowledge that you are more than a survivor. You are a torchbearer of eternity. Where you walk, his light will shine. Where you speak, his strength will echo. Where you stand, his love will be felt. You are no longer simply yourself. You are yourself plus the eternal flame of Michael, who trusted you enough to give you everything. Lift your head, straighten your back, wipe away the tears. This is your coronation moment. You are not the broken one anymore. You are the risen one. You are not the hidden one anymore. You are the chosen one. You are not the protected one anymore. You are the warrior. And every step you take from here on is proof that love is stronger than death, that light is stronger than darkness, that sacrifice is never wasted. Carry his name with honor. Carry his fire with boldness. Carry his love with every breath you take. And remember this, someone close to you did not truly die. He transformed. He became eternal within you. His wings may not stretch above you, but they now stretch inside you. His sword may not swing beside you, but it now burns in your spirit. His love may not surround you from the outside, but it now radiates from within. The one who hid his pain to protect you, the one who gave everything so you could live, the one whose final whisper was a command to rise. He has not left you. He has become part of you, and his name will forever be a blessing upon your life, a light upon your path, a fire within your destiny. His name is Archangel Michael, and as heaven watches, as the stars bear witness, as eternity leans close, this truth will never fade. You were loved by one of the greatest, and now you carry his legacy. Go forth, rise, burn, shine, live, for his love is eternal, and it lives in you now, forever.